Once upon a time, in the quaint town of Harmonyville, there were two inseparable friends, Rich Rick and Poor Paul. Their friendship was an oddity to many, given their starkly different financial situations. Rick, as his name suggested, was a wealthy man, owning grand estates, luxurious cars, and everything that glittered. Paul, on the contrary, lived in a modest cottage at the edge of town, making ends meet with his humble job. Rick reveled in flaunting his wealth. He hosted extravagant parties, adorned himself with the finest attire, and spoke of his riches at every opportunity. Paul, however, was content with the simple joys of life: a warm meal, the company of friends, and the beauty of the stars on a clear night. One fateful day, the weather in Harmonyville took an unexpected turn. Dark clouds gathered, and the wind howled ominously. It was a storm like no other, and the townsfolk braced themselves for the impending chaos. Rick, confident in the sturdiness of his mansion, paid little heed to the warnings. As the storm hit its peak, the river that flowed near Rick's estate overflowed its banks. The once mighty mansion found itself at the mercy of the relentless floodwaters. Within moments, Rick's opulent abode was swept away, leaving behind a trail of destruction. Distraught and penniless, Rick wandered through the muddy remnants of his former life. The town, now in shambles, struggled to recover from the calamity. Rick, with no place to go, approached Paul's humble cottage, seeking refuge. Despite the initial shock of seeing his boastful friend in such a sorry state, Paul opened his doors without hesitation. He offered Rick a warm meal and a dry place to sleep. In the midst of tragedy, a bond stronger than ever began to form between the two friends. Days turned into weeks, and Rick, stripped of his material possessions, began to see the world through different eyes. He witnessed the genuine kindness of Paul, who shared what little he had without a hint of superiority. Paul, in turn, found solace in the companionship that extended beyond the superficial boundaries of wealth. As they worked together to rebuild their lives, Paul shared his philosophy with Rick. True wealth, Paul said with a twinkle in his eye, is not counted in gold or silver but in the richness of the heart. Rick, humbled by his experiences, started to grasp the profound truth in Paul's words. Harmonyville, too, underwent a transformation. The townsfolk, inspired by the camaraderie between Rick and Paul, joined hands to rebuild their community. The storm had taken much, but it also gave them an invaluable lesson about the strength that emerges from unity and empathy. Rick, once the epitome of opulence, now understood the hollowness of material pursuits. He realized that the genuine richness of life lay in the relationships we cultivate, the kindness we extend, and the moments we share. His journey from riches to rags and back to a different kind of wealth had reshaped his character. The story of Rich Rick and Poor Paul became a legend in Harmonyville, passed down through generations. It served as a reminder that life's storms, whether literal or metaphorical, can strip away the facade of wealth and reveal the true essence of humanity. And so, in the end, the moral of the story remained unchanged: kindness and friendship are treasures that no amount of money can buy. The legacy of Rich Rick and Poor Paul lived on, echoing through the hills of Harmonyville as a testament to the enduring power of compassion and the resilience of the human spirit.